Matt Manueller, Washington's 13th District State Representative, is a Republican, husband, father, and professor. He supports more vocational education, opposes the income and carbon tax, and defends the Second Amendment. Vote Manueller for your state rep.
I'm Matt Manueller.
And we approve this message.
Nearly 87 years after Clyde Pangborn and Hugh Herndon made a bumpy and dusty landing on the sagebrush near Fancher Field to complete the world's first nonstop trans-Pacific flight, a group of 19 visitors arrived in East Wenatchee from the same place in Japan where the famous flying duo had initially taken off for that historic crossing. The annual Misawa Sister City Goodwill Delegation passed through the doors of City Hall in East Wenatchee on Wednesday, led by a group of 7 adult dignitaries and including a dozen students from the town of nearly 40,000 in the Aomori Prefecture of northern mainland Japan's Tohoku region. The delegation was greeted by a sea of applause and handshakes, as well as a performance of La Bamba by Wenatchee High School's Mariachi Wenatchee musical program. Afterwards, the Misawa party was introduced to those in attendance by members of the Wenatchee and East Wenatchee City Councils and Mayors Steve Lacey and Frank Kuntz, who embraced in a little brotherly love of their own for their respective cities in front of the Sisterhoods delegation.
To do an exchange correctly, you got to go there and they have to come here, and so this has been going on for a long time, and it's a great program. You know, we live in one world and we all got to figure out how to get along, and nothing works better than eating dinner in a house in Misawa, Japan, or sharing a meal in Wenatchee, Washington in the same way. It's just cultural relations and understanding that we're all in this together.
The student members of the Misawa delegation are being hosted by various families from around the area, several of whom have been welcoming visitors from Wenatchee's sister city into their homes for a number of years now.
I am hosting 2 students from Misawa, 2 boys, a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old. We hosted a year ago, and then last year I went to Japan as a delegate. It's interesting. There's a language barrier for sure, but with Google Translate, it helps a lot, and they're just excited to be here, and we want to make it memorable for them.
During the Misawa delegation's 4 full days in the valley, they have plans to visit a number of regional schools, as well as take a tour of the Applets and Kotlets facility in Kashmir and the Northern Fruit Packing Plant. They will also enjoy canoe rides down the Columbia River, shopping trips to Pybus Market and the Wenatchee Valley Mall, and visits to the Pioneer Museum in Kashmir and the site of the Miss Vidal Landing at Monumental Park in East Wenatchee. 2018 marks the 37th year a delegation from Misawa has visited the Wenatchee Valley. Members of Wenatchee's Sister City contingent made their annual trip to Japan in August and will be traveling to Misawa again next year as well. Those interested in being part of the trip should contact the East Wenatchee City Hall for further details. Reporting for iFiber One News, I'm Chris Hansen.